My name is Vikram and I proudly represent the Seattle Financial Center in Bellevue. I'm here to talk about the power of investments in the perspective of an advisor. I'm going to share three things, which is going to be fairly quick. Number one is when I just had my insurance license, I used to represent term insurance, I used to represent an IUL, I used to represent an indexed annuity. But then once I got my investment license, I started to represent a lot more solutions. Like it could be a VUL, it could be a RILA, it could be a 401k, it could be mutual funds, it could be bonds for emergency funds, it could be active money management, so many different options. So from an advisor standpoint, I'm going to give you three ideas. Okay, number one is there's going to be lesser chargebacks, because I was not a transaction-oriented person, I was more a service-oriented person. So that's number one. Number two is there's recurring income if you choose the right income option when it comes to the investment side of business. What I mean by that is, let's say I help 100 families in year number one. Like any job, I get paid for those 100 families today. I help 100 families in year number two, I get paid for the 100 families in year number two, but I also get paid for the 100 families that I helped in year number one. Year number three, I help another 100 families, I get paid for that. I also get paid for the 100 families in year number two, and the 100 families that I helped in year number one, for a total of 300 families. You now know why people stick around over here for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and like coach 40 years, okay? Because it pays. Stick and stay and make it pay. So recurring income. And at the same time, my son over here, his name is Neil Kirikera, and he is 11 years of age. And when he turns 18, our relationship is not just going to be a father and a son, it's not just going to be friends, it could also be business partners, okay? And then at the same time, down the line, whenever it is, he has the option of maybe taking over the business. That's the power of the insurance and the investment licenses. And the last thing I'll share is this. In the morning, Victor shared that we had about 57,000 insurance licensed people in World System Builder. However, we have only 1,800 investment licensed people out of the 5,700, which means there is a gap of 55,000 insurance licensed people in World System Builder who's not securities licensed or investment licensed yet. What if I could tell you that you could 10x, 50x, 100x? Again, no guarantees. However, let me show you something. This is something which, and by the way, in our business platform, we get paid 2 times a week. This was, Elmo please, if I can have, yes. So this was the last pay cycle, which was 16th of July, which was 2 days ago. WFG paid me $951. By the way, we get paid 2 times a week. This was the second time that I got paid this week. WFG paid me $951. However, with the securities license that I have, the same July 16th, I actually got paid $60,000. Now, again, I'm not saying this is guaranteed. There's a lot of work. We need to increase our value. What I am telling you is, if we don't have the investment license, we won't know what we don't know, and the opportunity for us to actually potentially make this is no longer going to be there. So having said that, for all the 55,000 licensed people, consider getting your investment license. It's going to be really powerful. Having said that, I'm a proud World System